I want the Republican Party to take back the party. Take it back to where you were, where you cared about a woman's right to choose, and you cared about the environment, and all. Hey, here I am, Nancy Pelosi, saying this country needs a strong Republican Party, and we do. Not a cult, but a strong Republican Party.
So that is Nancy Pelosi, who I will remind you, if you're new to American politics, is supposed to be one of the longtime leaders of the Democratic Party. Very, very interested in a strong Republican Party. As she said there, this is me saying we need a strong Republican Party, but it's also her having said that over and over and over again. Credit to Emma of the Majority Report for compiling just some of the times that she said this. You can see in September 30th, 2020, saying one of my prayers is that the Republicans will take back their party. The country needs a strong Republican Party. The following September, it's like a September tradition of hers. She said, I say to my Republican parties, take back your party. The country needs a big, strong Republican Party. And I say that as a leader in the Democratic Party. Don't have it be a cult of personality on the extreme right. And then earlier this year, February 9th, take back your party from this cult. Take back your party. America needs a strong Republican Party and a strong Democratic Party. Oh, look, she finally mentioned the Dems, but it has been hijacked. The Republicans can run, but they cannot hide from what happened on January 6th. That at least sounds like a criticism, so I like that one best. But Yaz, this is something she's been returning to over and over again.
Why is she worried about what they've got going on? I get where she's coming from, right? Americans do need choice, and one of their choices needs to not be a cult of these insane Trump supporters who don't even know what they believe in because it flips every 2 seconds, right? Like what you were just saying, it's very hypocritical. It's very hard to keep up with their beliefs and stances on things. But I think with Nancy that bugged me, and you said it, is when she held herself up as like the quintessential Democrat. She's like, even me, it's me saying it. And it's like, yeah, Nancy, we know it's you saying it. Like you've done so much that hasn't really helped the Democratic Party. She's done a lot in her day, but lately she hasn't been on top of her game, at least not as far as being in alignment with what the people want, especially like with the stock thing, the insider trading issue, and what I think we're about to talk about, where she's supporting some candidates who really are not progressive or even democratic in their beliefs, right? And she has all these reasons and excuses for why she does what she does. But this, like, you're focusing on the wrong things, Nancy. You need to worry about your own party. And if the Republican Party is weak, so be it. I don't think we need a strong party right now. I don't think, at least as far as the Democrats are concerned, that shouldn't be her top priority. Shouldn't be the thing that we're discussing. It shouldn't be the thing that she's making comments on. Why is this happening? I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, they're about to retake the House and the Senate. So I think they're gonna be okay, Nancy Pelosi. I think you can pay a little bit more attention to how strong the Democratic Party is. And look, I think I get 2 levels of why she thinks this is what she should be doing. So pragmatically, we're all supposed to believe that the most important thing in Washington is working with the other side. And we look back on this time when there were reasonable Republicans and we could come together to crush people with the bankruptcy bill and the crime bill and all that. So there's this myth that they love to allude to. And so that's, I think, pragmatically, the Democrats are constantly supposed to be reaching across the aisle. If they're not being seen to do that, or even if they do that, they'll get attacked for not doing it sufficiently. Nobody ever expects the Republicans to do that. So that's one reason. And the other might be what Yaz said. So this is a democracy. We want people to have choice. Here's the thing. She's acting as if she doesn't understand why parties end up the parties that they are. The party will be what it thinks it can be or needs to be to stay in power. And here's the situation. It didn't just randomly become radical. Nancy Pelosi and other establishment corporate Democrats have produced a Democratic Party that has so little appeal to regular people because it promises very little and it accomplishes even less, that the Republican Party can afford to dispense with policy. They're not really trying to compete with the Democrats on that because the Democrats don't really try to compete with them on that. So it can become a country where it's just different aspects of the culture war, and they can devolve off into all of this insanity. If you want a strong Republican Party, which I assume she means like a serious, fiscally responsible conservative party, then become an overwhelmingly powerful, dominant Democratic Party beat them into the ground in election after election, and they will be forced to change. They're not gonna change because Nancy Pelosi says at a press conference that they should. They will change if they find it impossible for them to stay in power based purely off of their insane conspiracy theories. Make them have to go back to having an actual platform and actually proposing legislation. But the only way you're gonna do that is if you do it first. She has helped to produce an environment where the right gets to be this crazy. And along the way, she has never acknowledged her own complicity in that. That's my thoughts, anyway.
You can almost think of it economically, kind of like laissez-faire economics, right? Like the things play out the way they do because of the way people respond to them. So if the right has been perpetuating all of these conspiracy theories and they notice that their base is riled up for it, then they'll keep doing it. They did this. It's not like this happened. It's like what you were saying. It didn't just happen. This was done. Whoever is responsible, both sides are responsible for what's happening, for the widening gap within the two parties in the United States right now. So it's like if you just are better, then things will even out better. You can't just kind of force it into whatever you want it to be.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.